For millennia, palaces have served as the patrons of authority, wealth, and labor, and they have served as symbols of the social and cultural life of the period in which they were constructed. The earliest known palaces were Persian palaces built in Egypt and Babylon. Each building was constructed with pricey materials and careful work which withstood the test of time, even though the symmetry and patterns varied throughout the years. Welcome back to Best Royal Affairs. The majority of palaces were once homes for royal families, but as the globe moved away from the monarchy system, most of these buildings have been converted into museums or historical landmarks. In today's video, we will see the most expensive palaces in the world. Let's check it out. Number 10. Qasr Al Watan Abu Dhabi Royal Palace. The UAE's presidential palace is in Abu Dhabi and is called Qasr Al Watan. The Crown Prince and Emir of Abu Dhabi reside there as well. According to Business Insider, the palace was constructed by government of Abu Dhabi in 2017 and is worth approximately $430 million. However, other reports even claim that the cost of the palace may top $2 to $3 billion. There are 394 dwellings total in the palace, including 22 residential suites and 94 suites. The palace is situated on 380,000 square meters of land and was constructed in the additional Arabian style. The palace was constructed over the course of around 7 years and 150 million man-hours. The majority of suites as well as the banquet hall are decorated with gold, marble, silver and crystal. Number 9. Jodhpur Royal Palace Umaid Bhawan. The Palace of Umaid Bhawan is situated in Jodhpur in India. According to the sources, the palace is principally worth between $600 and $700 million at the present market price. It serves as the home for the royal family of Japan. However, the Taj hotels operate one section of the palace, and another area of the palace has been turned into a museum. The palace includes a throne chamber, a Durbar hall, an indoor pool, 4 tennis courts, and 2 marble squash courts in addition to its 348 rooms. Number 8. Astana Nurul Iman. The Brunei Sultan Hassan al Bolkiah's formal house is on Astana Nurul Island, which is the country's capital. As the largest residential residence of the state head in the world, Astana Nurul Iman was listed in the Guinness Book of World Records. It is estimated to be valued between $1.55 billion per reporting from Housing.com. The palace has 1,788 rooms, 256 bathrooms, a banqueting hall for 5,000 people, and a mosque for 1,500 worshippers. The palace also has a 110-car garage, 5 swimming pools, and an air conditioning stable for the Sultan's 200 polo ponies. The windows, doors, and door handles are all covered with tiles made of pure gold, according to information on the palace's website. Number 7. Dolmabahce Palace. The order for the construction of Istanbul, Turkey's Dolmabahce Palace, was given by the 31st Sultan of the Emperor Abdülmecid I and was completed in 1843 and 1856. Ownership of the palace was given to the Turkish Republic in 1924. The largest palace in Turkey is called Dolmabahce, and it's 45,000 square meters or 11.1 acres in size, with 285 rooms, 46 halls, and 6 bathrooms. Dolmabahce Castle is lavishly embellished with crystal and gold. Over 100 kilograms of gold was used to embellish the palace, with 14 tons of it going towards the ceiling decorations. Number 6. Buckingham Palace. It's unnecessary for me to introduce the palace, but I will anyway. Queen Elizabeth and the British royal family dwell in this place, which is in the city of Westminster. The palace includes 775 rooms totaling more than 830,000 square feet, including 52 beds for the royal family and guests, 188 bedrooms for the workers, 92 offices, and 78 bathrooms. Buckingham Palace is thought to be valued at approximately $5.04 billion, according to the official website. Forbes reports that 450 extremely rare artworks in antique furniture are used to embellish the mansion. The palace was constructed over several years and included various interior designs. Before continuing on to the video, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't already so that you won't miss any more interesting content like this. Press the like button if you're enjoying so far, and let's move back on to number 5. The Winter Palace. The Russian palace, which was built in 1708 in St. Petersburg by Tsar Peter the Great, was used in 1732 to 1917 as the official residence of the Russian Emperor. It's currently being used as a museum. Visitors to the castle claim that the palace is worth about $6.44 billion. 1,500 rooms, 1,886 doors, 1,945 windows, and 117 stairs make up the Winter Palace. About 3 million exhibits, including works of medieval art, paintings from the 1st century, and gems valued at $5 billion, are housed in the palace, which is brimming with all sorts of antique items, riches, and classical sculptures. Number 4. Tokyo Imperial Palace. The Japanese Emperor Naruhito and other members of the royal family reside in the palace. The Imperial Palace, which was constructed on top of an existing Edo castle, is valued at $12.25 billion according to a number of reports. The palace has a 1.3-mile radius. The Imperial Palace maintained a clinic with 42 employees and 8 medical departments for about £2 million a year. A 736-acre farm on the palace grounds also provides the royal family with food and meat. In 2021, the annual farm management costs were £6 million. Additionally, the palace is maintained by 160 employees. The Japanese parliament has set aside a sizable sum of money for the upkeep of all the royal properties. Number 3. The Louvre Palace in France. The building of the Louvre Palace, which is in Paris in France, originally began in 1190 under King Philippe II and was completed in the 19th century. According to French historian Patrice de Mancon, the palace alone is worth a total of $45.5 billion. Along with other magnificent historical items, the Louvre's collection includes some of the most well-known and valuable works of art in the entire world, such as Da Vinci's Mona Lisa, which is estimated to be worth up to $900 million. According to the New York Times, the Louvre earned around €122 million more than it received from the government. Number 2. The Versailles Palace in France. King Louis XIII began working on building the Versailles Palace in 1623, and King Louis XIV finished it in 1715. Since 1995, the French Republic has been the palace's owner. The French Ministry of Culture has been in charge of its management, and according to Love, it is approximately worth $50.7 billion. It is estimated that the area surrounding the palace is worth $40.7 billion alone. With 700 apartments, more than 2,000 windows, and 67 stairs, the palace can accommodate up to 20,000 guests. The palace is home to 5,000 pieces of priceless antique furniture, as well as French and Italian paintings, sculptures, and works of art. The annual cost of palace operations and normal maintenance is around €15 million. And finally, at number 1, China's Forbidden City. There were 24 emperors living in the Forbidden City along with their families and attendants. It's in Beijing in China and dates to the Ming and Qing dynasties. According to China Today, the Prohibited City is both the most valuable palace and the most precious piece of real estate in the world, with an estimated market value worth of more than $70 billion for both the land and its contents, as well as the city itself. The structure, which has 980 buildings and 99,999 rooms, was constructed somewhere around the year 1406. An average of 14 million people visited each year. According to reports, the Royal Museum is home to more than 340,000 priceless and rare antiques, including paintings, bronze objects, pottery, and porcelain. These collections are uncommon, and it's impossible to estimate their value. The Palace Museum, which oversees the management of the Forbidden City, is now working on a 16-year restoration project to repair and restore all of the palace's structures. So that is all for today. Did you know that these palaces were this expensive? Do you know any other palaces like these? Share your thoughts down in the comment section below. And if you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content similar to this one. Also tap the bell icon so that you won't miss any more videos, and check out our playlist to watch related content. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.